In this episode, we're doing these and this, if it, wasn't evident enough. Welcome to That's Effects, the place for newbies, indies, as well as low budgeters. And what a year 2017 was for movies, especially comic book movies. I mean, they were spilling out of every crack. That came out wrong. But one comic book movie that did stand out, at least from the others, was Thor Ragnarok, and for anything else, at least being different. And there's some pretty cool effects in Thor Ragnarok, and it was a very popular movie, and therefore we got a ton of requests for it, like this one. This request comes from Jabez Michael, and sorry dude if I mispronounced that. Trust me, I understand the whole mispronouncing thing. My name is Awais. You know how many people mispronounce that? Yeah, a lot. Anyway, he asked to do a Thor Lightning Eyes and lightning effect, so yeah, we're doing it today. So this effect is pretty simple. When it comes to the eyes, we'll be doing all of that in-house in Hitfilm Express using some cool little techniques. I tried to find a way, and I think I did find a way, to do it in a more simple way. It doesn't involve a lot of masking or rotoscoping or hectic tracking or something like that. But when it comes to the lightning, I found that the effect in Hitfilm doesn't really go so well with this effect, so we're teaming up with our good buddies over at Production Crate, those Thunderbirds of guys. Yes, I did say Thunderbirds, because they have some really cool lightning assets for this particular effect. They've created multiple different variations of lightning assets that curve around your body, whether it's for your body, your face, your eyes, the ground, a whole bunch of them. So head to the link in the description and download all of them right now. I don't care if there's a lot of them, download them right now. As for footage, don't move around too much in your shot, otherwise that might confuse the tracking. And for God's sakes, don't blink. Don't blink. You're making things 15 million times harder for yourself if you blink. Look at me. Do you see me blinking? No, because I know better. So don't blink. One more thing guys, before we jump into the tutorial, is I want to quickly talk about the licensing of a Production Crate. Now, you can get 2 free different licenses or different accounts. So you can get a free account, which you can get I think about 5 free downloads per day from their free library, or you can get a pro account, which means you get unlimited access to the entire library. So that's 4K assets, sound effects, whatever. So a lot of you guys have free accounts, but I want to tell you that if you were thinking about upgrading to a pro account, now would be the best time. As always, they're always adding new stuff on there, stuff you won't find anywhere else. Every month there's a lot more stuff on there. So they are upping their pro price a bit more, so it's not going to be this price anymore, it's going to be a higher price. So not that much, it's about 10 bucks. But if you were thinking about upgrading, I would say upgrade now, because there's a benefit in upgrading now, which means if you buy the pro subscription right now for the $39 price, instead of when they upgrade it to $49, you'll basically be, as they call it, grandfathered in, which means if you buy it now at $39 and then you want to renew your subscription next year, you'll basically still get the same price of $39. But if you wait until they mark it up to $49, when you renew it after that, you'll be paying the new price of $49. So if you guys were thinking of upgrading, now's the time to do it. I'm not forcing you in any way to do that. They're not forcing you. They just told me to mention it to you because they want to help you guys out. So if you were thinking of upgrading, I'd say now is the best time, before the new price hits. But other than that, that's all I gotta say. So download the assets in the description, record your footage, open up Hitfilm Express, and I'll see you there. Here we are back in Hitfilm Express. My footage is imported in the media panel as well as in my timeline. Now the first thing we're gonna do is create those mean eyes. That means tracking the eyes. I know, boring, but it needs to be done, so let's do it. First things first, let's create 2 point layers and call them right eye and left eye. Right, so with our footage layer selected, head to the controls panel and click the plus icon next to tracks. That'll open up the tracking window, and from there we can place the 2 boxes over our right eye. I'm going through this quickly since we've covered tracking multiple times before on the show, and if you want a more detailed explanation, check out my Superman laser vision tutorial. Okay, with that out of the way and our boxes secured to our eyes, let's at the start of the comp hit track forward. Once that's done, let's select our right eye point layer in the trackers window and select apply. It's as simple as that guys, so just repeat that for your left eye. I'll do that now. Okay, and just like that, both our eyes are tracked and ready to be digitized. Sort of. So let's get to work on creating those big blue eyes. Let's create a new plane and make it black. I'll call it right eye glow. After that, let's head over to the effects panel and search for the light flares effect. Then drop that sucker onto your plane. Okay, here are the settings, so listen carefully, because there's a lot of them. Set the flare type to digital stripe, set the intensity to 1.4 and the scale to 220. Right, let's move down to global, and here set the gamma to 0.8, the saturation all the way up to 2, and finally turn the hue dial to 145. We can also turn the quantity of the rays down to 0, and in the other elements category, bring that brightness all the way down as well. Set the blending mode of the plane to add and position your flare into place over your eye. We can also parent our plane to the right eye point we made earlier. If you're thinking, hey, that looks way too bright and the color isn't right. Well, pipe down, will ya? We'll fix it now. Let's revisit the effects panel and drop the curves effect onto our plane. Here we'll just pull that curve down until the brightness is looking manageable. There we go. See? Nothing to panic about. Then let's switch over to the blue channel and push that up, as well as in the green channel, but not too much there. And there we have it, guys. Our eyes are all done. Well, again, sort of. To better fit the shape of our eye, we can hack the plane. Now I say hack because we're going to use a very different sort of method. Since our eyes are essentially ovals and these flares are circles, they won't match up. So to fix that, let's unlink the scale parameter on our eye plane and then squeeze the layer down like this until it fits your eye better. This will be different for you based on your eyes, but play around and you'll get there. After that, adjust it back over your eye and we're good to go. One more step with the eye, let's drop on the glow effect and change some stuff up. Simply set the intensity to 2.5, the threshold to 60 and the radius to 80. As for the left eye, just duplicate that plane, move it over your left eye and then change the parent property so that it follows our left eye point layer. If you need to adjust the scale of the flare itself a bit, then do so until you've got it fitting snug. Righto, time for the lightning. Finally, as you can see, I've imported a bunch of the lightning assets available from Production Crate, and these are a lot, but again only are a few since they have so many available for you to download. So let's drag one in. Now let's hit the blend mode to add, and then we can position it wherever we like. So at this point, we're 50% done. It's crazy, I know, but it's true. The only other thing I do is add two effects to it. The hue colorize effect and the glow effect. In the hue colorize effect controls, change the hue to 200 and then bump up the strength and saturation to 100. This really makes the blue pop. In the glow controls, set the intensity to 2.5, the threshold to 90 and the radius to 130, and finally change the blend mode to add. This pops the color and glow even more, almost off the screen at this stage. After that, it's as simple as bringing in another variation of the lightning, copy and pasting the two effects onto it, and then move it into place over your actor. You can bring in more, duplicate a few, and basically just layer your timeline with lightning like I did here. You can place them all around your actor in all sorts of creative places like his eyes since they blend in with the flares, and even over the shoulders. After all of that, we're done. So follow all those steps, thrust your hammer into the sky, summon some lightning, and then listen to some rock music, and you should end up with something that looks a bit like this. In this episode, we're doing these and this, if it wasn't evident enough. And that's how you do some sweet Thor lightning eyes as well as lightning all over the body. Pretty cool effect, I love it a lot. Big thank you to the guys over Production Crate, OGs. Brilliant guys over there. Definitely check them out down below. I'll link their YouTube channel down below. I'll link their Twitter page down below. I'll link their Instagram down below. I'll link their website down below. I'll link the lightning assets down below. Everything's linked below. Check them out, guys. They're really cool guys. You won't find better people at a company anywhere really. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Definitely like it and subscribe down below. We're pushing on getting more subscribers. We've got to get them up. Remember guys, 10k. Something special coming at 10k, so let's get it up really quickly. That sounded wrong. Subscribe down below, as well as like the video, share with all your mates. And if you want to check out some other videos, we have some really cool videos we do with production crate. For example, one of our latest ones was the Killer Frost effect from the Flash right over there, and the one underneath it is our first ever video with production crate, which is an explosion tutorial. And as I said, I don't know if I did mention this, but I do talk a bit more about the licensing systems and the different accounts in that explosion tutorial. Otherwise, subscribe down below. The big button is right over there. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm posting updates and behind the scenes stuff and a whole bunch of stuff on there, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay alerted.